Good afternoon guys, just a quick training video on chart setup and positions for next week. So over the past couple of days we've been talking about GMGI, Golden Matrix Group, one of the stocks we've been watching for some time. So we're just going to discuss the current setup which you see on the screen. Starting from the top, we've got the financial year's average weighted price, the AVWAP. We've also got the orange, which is the midway point of the financial year's anchored volume weighted average price. So we've got our AVWAPs on the screen. We've got our key areas of interest on the stocks priced over the past couple of years. Obviously you can see the bar chart, and we've got our 50-day moving average, and we've got the MACD. MACD currently is set up at a 5 and a 50-day closing price, basically meaning if the 5-day closing price is beginning to magnetise towards the 50-day moving average closing price, then the MACD line will begin to rise. It's as simple as that. Okay, as the price moves above the 50-day moving average, so will the MACD line. Okay, so as you can see here, starting from here, this point here on November 27th, price closed below the 50-day moving average, and it continued to do so all the way up to the 14th of January, where it didn't actually close above for a longer period of time for the MACD to kick in, but it did nearly touch the zero line. Okay, that's not a position where we obviously sell at, that's just a point of reference for us. So obviously at the moment we'll be accumulating stock in and around this area, so we could have entered into a stock when the 5-day moving average began to rise, showing interest from buyers and investors, which obviously you can see a sort of sideways trend and accumulation of stock. Price went up, which is great. Yes, okay, fair enough, we could have sold, but price was still below the 50-day. So what we expected anyway was the price to reject at the 50-day moving average and then rebound, which is exactly what it done. Quite hard, I must say. It rebounded all the way back down to $1.70. However, with our current average being roughly around $2, we would have potentially sold 50% off and then sold the rest and then continue to buy. This stock, we'll see, started to decline its 50-day moving average. The price magnetised towards the 50-day moving average, and it's been held there ever since. So what we're thinking now is a lot of investors like ourselves see this stock as cheap, or at a good price considering its earnings, and they begin to strongly step in buying the stock, forcing it into this sort of squeeze between the anchored volume weighted average price and the $2 mark. What we suspect to happen next week is the continuation will be of accumulating stock, and the stock will begin to rise towards the $2.50 mark. Obviously they just released an earnings report which showed a $4 million loss and an earnings per share of 3 cents. But what we feel is the next quarter, with the Golden Matrix Group acquiring a lot of contracts over the past month or few weeks, revenue will increase, and with that as will the earnings per share. So they're hoping to provide a good positive report. Okay, so a bit more on the tools that we use. MACD. Only build your position when the 5-day moving average begins to rise towards the 50-day and they magnetise together, showing roughly around the zero. So we would start accumulating stocks in and around the zero of the histogram of the MACD. So when 5M SMA is closing in on price to 50, the MACD will begin to rise, which is exactly what it does. When a 5 SMA is at the price of the 50 MA, then the MACD will be at the zero line. Well, let's confirm that. Yes it is. Yes it is. If price closes above the 50-day MA, this is a strong move by the investors to buy the stock. Well, it is, because it's holding above the $2 mark. Okay, so at the moment there is a lot of interest in this stock from buyers and obviously sellers as well. So there's a squeeze in this price at the moment, a lot of accumulation of stocks. Okay, this is just to clarify that the 50 SMA or moving average is working. Okay, and what we do is we grab the MACD and we flip it. So we put the shorter time frame on the top, the longer time frame on the bottom. We put the price in for the shorter time frame, $2.04. We put the current price at the 50 MA, $2.01 cents, sorry, and it shows a positive outlook. And as you can clearly see, the price is positive. What's next? Well, roughly at the moment, we know that the short float is 8.79% and the short interest at the moment is 1.57 million. We would like to know roughly whereabout, okay, at this present time, the shorts are holding this price. Well, it's quite obvious, but it's also sometimes nice to have a reference point. So what we do is we put the current price, total value of shorted shares, which is 1.57 million, and we multiply that to find out the total value of shorted shares, which is 3.2 million. Then we divide it by how many total shorted shares are on the market at the moment, roughly around 1.57 million. We get a price of $2.04. Okay, let's plot it on the graph now. So we're going to $2.04, and roughly at the moment there's around 8% of shares being shorted. So our guide, we feel this is where all the shorts are shorting this stock, which is quite obvious because this is where the stock has declined. So we've got to only have an educated guess as to this is where they still are. Okay, so we need, okay, to take them out. We need to take out roughly 1 million of shares before this stock will even see the next tier of price, $2.20, $2.30, $2.40. So with that being said, that'll be the end of the video. We will be watching this stock next week, and we are hoping that at this moment in time all investors see this stock the same as we do, and we push this stock to roughly around the $2.50, to which point we will meet potentially some heavy resistance from the year's anchored volume weighted average price. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck.